I think they need to put it in. We've got one.
What's going on, guys? Thanks for watching. I'm Ed.
And I'm Kat.
And we are The Ruse React. Now, we've got a comedy reaction for you today, but before we get to that, if you haven't clicked the like button or the subscribe button, you can go ahead and do that. We greatly appreciate it. But we're not going to be like other YouTubers and ask you to smash the like button or destroy the subscribe button. But if you want to, that's up to you.
Yeah, and for all those who have hit or smashed, no, we don't want to say that, do we?
You don't want to say it, but if they've done it.
If you have liked, commented, suggested, or subscribed, thank you so much, and we really appreciate it.
So, we are going to get into this reaction. This
What are we doing?
is Bert Kreischer flying dildos. Oh. That was someone catching the dicks.
In their mouth?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, in their mouth? Yeah.
In their mouth. Any RFI. Alright, here we go.
They kept her in a fucking closet? Are you shitting me? They're like, yeah, the Nazis were looking for her. I go, the fucking Nazis were looking for her? How did they not put this in the movie? How did the Nazis not find...
These intros are like worth watching just this alone.
Oh, whoops.
What?
Oh.
Brutal.
Oh,
jeez.
Jesus. I think that was tea.
Adventure.
One of my best friends, the host of the Birdcast podcast. Please give it up for Mr. Bert Kreischer, everybody.
Hey, Bert. Shirts off.
Yeah, I am the machine. I'm nursing one of the worst hangovers I've ever had in my fucking life right now. So cheers to Ari, to Comedy Central. I don't read a lot. I'm not like I'm smart, but I'm not like I'm not good with facts and stuff. Like, I was talking to someone the other day and I realized I'd always thought Anne Frank and Helen Keller were the same person. Like, well into my 20s. Do you know where I found out? At the Anne Frank house. Do you have any idea what I went, okay. I backpacked through Europe when I was 22 with these 4 guys. 3 are lawyers, so I can't say their names. The other one's named Weicho. And these guys were just fucking nerds. The whole time we were backpacking, they're like, "Do you want to go to like the Louvre? Do you want to see David? We should take a class and learn about how they cut diamonds so when we get engaged, we could have." I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with you guys? We're here to bang Swedish chicks, that's it. Like, are you out of your minds? And then one day they're like, "Hey, do you want to go to the Anne Frank house?" And I lit up. I was like, "Fuck yes." And they're like, "Wow, you seem really excited." And I was like, "No, we'll get a bag of weed and we'll laugh our dicks off." And they're like, "Really?" I go, "Yeah, I've been hearing jokes about this girl my whole life."
So wait.
Because you're thinking it's
I know who
someone
Anne
else.
Frank is.
Yes.
She's the Dutch girl who hid in a cupboard or the attic.
A
for
cupboard?
ages. No, like the
Behind
attic. What do you
a
call it?
cupboard.
Behind a cupboard in a wall, whatever. During World War II, the Nazis and stuff. She was a Jew. But Helen Keller, I think, is like deaf.
Who?
Helen Keller?
Oh.
That's who we said the other girl he gets confused with. I'm not sure who Helen Keller is myself. So let's find out through Bert Kreischer and some flying dildos.
Swan
We get high, put a plunger in the toilet. And they're like, what? I go, do you get to go into the house? And they're like, yeah, you can go see the closet they kept her in. I go, they kept her in a fucking closet? Are you shitting me? They're like, yeah, the Nazis were looking for her. I go, the fucking Nazis were looking for her? How did they not put this in the movie? How did the Nazis not find... So I get excited. I get a bag of weed, and I'm like, I can't wait to go to the Anne Frank house. I'm like beaming. I'm so pumped up. On our walk to the Anne Frank house in Amsterdam, we pass by a sign that says, live sex, live sex, live sex, flying dildos. And I'm like, all right, suck a silent dick, Anne Frank. We're going to see flying dildos. What are you gonna pick? Culture or the Anne Frank house? I'm going with culture. So I get us tickets. We all go in. Has anyone ever been to a live sex show? One guy in the back. Perfect. It's aggressive. It's a lot creepier than you'd ever think. See, here's the problem with a live sex show. Every show you go to elicits a response. When you come to this show, you know to laugh. When you go to see music, you get inspired. But when you go to a live sex show, the only response is to creep people out. It's just like, oh, maybe I'll get hard.
Like 30.
So we go in, we sit down. It's as intimate as this. We light a joint, get to know some of the other fellas, like-minded gentlemen. First woman comes up, no fanfare, no intro music, not even that hot. She's like a sex show 6. Comes up, she definitely has another job, like trust me. It's this intimate. It needs to be, we are this close, and she just starts oil rigging herself. Just went. Now, listen, I'm not big into foreplay, but total lack of foreplay looks a lot like assault, okay? And she is going to town, and we're making the same look, just, which she confuses for, I guess they can't see, and just goes back to performing her gynecological exam on herself. Now, I have a problem with silence, so I immediately start talking to her. And I'm like, do you speak English? She's like, no. I was like, fuck. You're doing a really good job. I was like, oh, thank you. And I go, do you do flying dildos? And she's like, no. And I was like, oh, great. 5 minutes she does this. 5 minutes just goes to town on herself. Just, I guess, by the end, we're learning shit about the woman's anatomy. We're like, oh, that's her urethra, I think. That's amazing.
No.
She gets done, we give her a golf clap. 2 girls come on stage, and now if this girl was all song, no dance, these girls were all dance, no song. A lot of foreplay. You can't walk backwards in a story.
Yeah.
Like, I had to stop and go, ladies, we just watched a woman fist herself. Like, let's cut to the pink meat, okay? Like, they're like making out, and now I'm the spokesman. Someone's like, can you get them to hurry it up? And I'm like, sure. I go, do you guys do flying dildos? And they're like, no. I was like, okay, next. And they're like, huh? I'm like, we're good. We've seen what you have to offer. They leave. Then a guy and a girl come out. Now, this is where it gets creepy. I'm not a huge feminist, but I believe in women's rights, okay? And this guy just starts doing crowd work. He's not even incorporating her in. It's like an improv team where she sits off to the side like fucking one of Jeff Dunham's dummies, just... And he's like, you guys... by the way, this is exactly what it feels like. I want you to feel it. You guys ready to see me fuck, huh? You want to see me fuck this shit, man? I fuck it good. It's creeping me out, and it's assaulting my morals. And I lean over to my friends, and I go, we should have just gone to the Anne Frank house. Which pisses this guy off. He goes, don't bring up Anne Frank in this room, man. And I go, I fucking wish I was Anne Frank right now so I didn't have to see this.
Helen Keller's fly.
And then he starts arguing with me, but he's arguing with me and getting his dick hard. Like it's such he's like pulling it going, oh man, don't worry, it gets big. I'm like, not on my watch, it doesn't. And I start heckling his dick. I'm like, think about your mom. And he's like, hey, fuck you, buddy. I go, do you have any sisters? He's like, hey, not now, man, not now. I go, we should just go to Anne Frank. And he's like, fuck you, and he storms off. And now the lunatics are running the asylum, and I'm their fucking leader. I'm like their Rosa Tubbsman, not fucking Rosa Tubbsman. God damn it. By the way, I am neither Rosa Parks or Harriet Tubman. Right. I don't know. Right now in heaven, Rosa Parks, Harriet Tubman, Helen Keller, and Anne Frank are going, what the fuck is this guy doing to our names? Helen Keller's like, so, I'm never Rosa Tubbsman. I'm leading the show. Fuck it. If you didn't think I was stupid when I started this story, I'm leading the charge. And I'm fucking pulling out old high school chants like, we put our hands up high, our feet down low. We want flying dildos, flying dildos. Hey fellas, yeah. Hey fellas, yeah. We want, flying dildos. Yeah. They send out some girl to calm us down and we boo her off stage. We're like, get the fuck out, bitch. We don't want flying dildos. You heard us. Now, let's fucking kill this beer. I'm hitting it hard as fuck.
Get it, machine.
Yeah.
Woman comes out. German woman, 6 feet tall, thigh-high leather boots, biker's cap, medicine bag. Pops it on the stool and goes, gentlemen, please. Calm down. I am flying dildos. And the place goes fucking bananas. It looks like the control room in NASA when Apollo 13 landed. Like, oh, we did it! We did it! She goes, stop. I will need the one volunteer from the audience. And these assholes look at me like, you're up, numbnuts. I fucking get up on stage, and I am so excited that I've brought about change. I feel like I've accomplished something in my life. I'm literally look at my constituents like, you said you wanted change. I didn't say that, probably, but I was like, fuck, whatever I said. I'm Rosa Tubbsman. And I don't even realize her putting a handcuff on me.
Whoa.
And when the second one goes on, I go, hey, maybe we should talk about how flying dildos works.
Hey.
I feel like I'm in the dark on this one. And she does not have like happy eyes look on her face. And sweeps my legs in like a Karate Kid move, just, and I land hard. I land so hard I knock the wind out of myself. Now let me tell you something, but when you knock the wind, that's a real fucking noise. Just it is so real, and real respects real. When you hear that, you're like, oh fuck. She tears my pants off me, and my dick pops out of my boxers unprepared, gentlemen. I look at my best friend Weicho and I go, poke it back in. He's like, I will not be doing that. And then the air is removed out of the room and I hear some guy go, fucking do it. And I'm like, what? I look up, this woman is straddling my face with a 12-inch black dildo and Excaliburs it into my mouth. Gentlemen, you have a game time decision to make. What do you do in that situation? Do you purse your lips, close your teeth, and hope to block the shot? Could lose your front canines. Or do you acquiesce and open up and let her go yard in your jaw? Jesus Christ! I chose the latter.
Oh! How is it flying? How's this a flying?
I guess we'll find out.
Okay.
But yeah, I'd have to try and go, what would you do?
Oh, well, I'm used to having a dick in my mouth, so.
Yeah.
She went 8 inches into my throat, just. Now I'm gagging, the wind's knocked out of me, my dick's popping out, I'm wiggling like the very last unicorn. And she looks at the guys and says, gentlemen, get your cameras and line up to get a picture with flying dildos. These turncoats line up like they're meeting the fucking queen. They're like, oh, I can't wait, and everyone takes a picture with me. The point of my story, the reason I told it to you, is
That's a
if you ever
moral.
go to Amsterdam, just go to the Anne Frank house. Thank you.
Put a shirt on.
Leave it up.
Hey, first of all, don't leave your shirt before you leave. Second of all, do you ever go to the Anne Frank house?
Oh, yeah. So, I was a little rattled after the whole Flying Dildos experience, and but all the guys in the room thought I was the greatest guy ever. It was like killing in a comedy club, and I could walk out, and it's 3 football players from UCF, 3 French Canadians, a dude from Tennessee, and a guy from Australia, and my 4 friends, and they're like, we would do anything with you. And I was like, well, I could use some cheering up. Let's go to the Anne Frank house. So I
love
That's not a cheering up plan of place.
it gets so much worse. So we get high as giraffe pussy. I'm going to the Anne Frank house, and all I'm doing the whole time is telling Helen Keller jokes. I'm like leaning up to him, going like, you know, she had a dog, right? And they're like, really? How do you know so much about Anne Frank? I'm like, he ran away. And they're like, he ran away? I was like, well, you would too if your name was. We go into the kitchen, and I'm like, oh, here's where she burned her fingers. And they're like, what? Yeah, she tried to read her waffle iron. And this lady in front of us, and mind you, I'm high as fuck. This lady,
No one's gonna tell you, like, that's not the right person.
lady turns around and goes, are you making Helen Keller jokes? Ari, I realize at that moment that we're not in Helen Keller's house. That we're in the Anne Frank house, and I don't know who the fuck she is. And these guys see it in my eyes, and 12 dudes fall apart as high as fuck in a Holocaust museum. And that is the best laugh you can have, is when you're not supposed to laugh, when you're like, and I'm putting all the pieces together like, oh, I think I was thinking of Ann Sullivan. Shit. Oh, yeah, this is the wrong one. I go, what happened to this girl? And I'm like,
She didn't invent Braille. Yeah.
thank you.
Yes.
Oh, Bert. Oh,
I love him. I love him.
He's so good.
He's so good. I
Oh,
love
okay.
it.
So Helen Keller invented Braille. All right, I get it.
Yeah. Got
Great.
that in the end.
Yeah, in the end, right at the end.
Obviously blind. Obviously.
God, my face hurts.
I know, he's so good. He is so good.
I love just how much joy he has.
He just loves telling a story.
Well, he just loves to laugh. You can tell it. Like, he
Yeah.
just wants to have a good time.
Yeah, you do. You want to go out with him. I want to go out with him.
Oh,
Like-
he wouldn't last 10 minutes.
Why?
Because you take in 10 minutes, he'd have more alcohol than you can
Well,
handle.
probably.
And you'd be like,
For that, but you know what? For that
and then
10
a 12-inch
minutes,
dildo would come around, and apparently you'd be like, oh.
Hey, he did.
Hey, you do.
But for that 10 minutes, I think I would be like laughing my tits off.
Oh, it'd be great. Yeah,
I'd be laughing
yeah,
my tits off.
it'd be so good. He's great. He's so good. I really enjoyed that. In Amsterdam, you got Flying Dildos, you got a bunch of young guys, and
What more could you want? I mean, really.
what more could you want? Swedish chicks, apparently. That was great. Bert's great. Put it in the comments if you want us to watch some more Bert. We want to watch some more Bert.
I will.
Steer us in the right direction. We trust you. But I'm Ed.
And I'm Kat.
And we are the Ruse
Ruse
React.
React.
Thanks for watching. If you want to see more videos like this, click here. And if you want to head to our Patreon, click here.
And for our latest videos, click here. And to subscribe, click here. Thanks.
Thanks, guys.
Bye.
Bye.